Hello and welcome to Spotlight on Middlesex County, where we share the latest news on events, services, and programs throughout the county. I'm your host, Middlesex County Board of County Commissioners Director Ron Rios, and I'm glad you could join me. You're in for a real treat with this episode. We'll be hearing all about the renovations at State Theater, New Jersey, which recently reopened after receiving some major upgrades. We'll speak with Sarah Chaplin, the President and CEO of State Theater, New Jersey, and John Fitzgerald, State Theater, New Jersey's Board Chair. Then we'll hear from longtime State Theater patron and volunteer Robin Suydam. Throughout the episode, we'll share sneak peeks of some of the exciting changes to the 100-year-old theater. So let's get started. First up, I'm joined by Sarah Chaplin, State Theater, New Jersey's first female CEO, and John Fitzgerald, who was named board chair on July 1st and is a longtime supporter of State Theater, New Jersey. Welcome to Spotlight, Sarah and John.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sarah, what inspired these renovations?
Well, State Theater has been essential to the New Brunswick and Middlesex County communities for almost 100 years now. But in order to make sure that we could continue to serve that community and be the center of that community, we needed to do some upgrades. And so that's really what inspired the work that we've done, the plans that we've made, and the efforts we've taken to improve such a beautiful building so that it continue to be a state-of-the-art venue for performing arts and also the rich history, share the rich history that it has.
John, you want to add anything to
Absolutely.
what Sarah
I'll just
said?
piggyback on what Sarah said. As you know, I'm the chairman and CEO, president and CEO.
Really?
Sorry, Mayor Lanke of Magyar Bank in New Brunswick, which is also celebrating their 100th anniversary in line with the State Theater. And it's very important that we keep this historically significant theater open just for the generations to come, that they could enjoy it just as we enjoy it now.
This is not a small project, and maybe you can share, Sarah, how the planning got started and with whom it got started as far as the renovations.
Certainly. The plan has been continuing for some time. It actually started in 2013 under then CEO Mark Jones. Started as a master plan and a vision for the future. It has seen multiple iterations since that time as we have learned things, as we've gotten feedback from the community, from our artists, and of course from various stakeholders like the county and other donors. But really the plans jump-started in about 2 years ago when we really started to narrow down what we were going to do and what we needed to focus on. And that's been exciting to work with the board and the various stakeholders to identify what makes the greatest impact to State Theater in terms of its needs for the community and its ability to present amazing performing arts. And I know John was there back at the beginning. I don't know if he has anything to share about that.
I was. First, Sarah has made this process seamless for us as board members, which is great. But the thing that was the best for me, this was a true public-private partnership. This wouldn't have happened without your help and all the county commissioners in Middlesex County. But also we had numerous foundations that came in and supported us, like the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. Just the donors all over New Brunswick and Middlesex County and New Jersey who donated their own money and supported this. And our board of directors who fully support this. So it's been enlightening and encouraging.
Accessibility is central to State Theater's mission, and it's reflected in these upgrades, and which was so important. Sarah, what can you share with our audience about the upgrades, improvements for accessibility for our audience?
Certainly. There were three major tenets that came out about the project. Accessibility being key, audience and artist experience, and cost efficiencies of the operations. The accessibility, I think, is the most exciting for us because it is something that we haven't been able to fully fulfill for some time. We have added an elevator, which is the biggest element of our accessibility, making that building fully accessible on all of its floors for the first time, and allowing us to add wheelchair positions in the loge seating, which we have never had before. We've also been able to double our wheelchair seating to include both the orchestra and the loge level, and included mobility seats. So truly, the accessibility of the building has come leaps and bounds, and it's been really gratifying to be able to do for our community.
Besides the accessibility, maybe you can explain a little bit to our audience about the other improvements that are made here.
Absolutely. So as I shared, accessibility key, artist and audience experience, and cost efficiencies. And audiences and the artists will walk into a truly beautiful building. It was inspired by the auditorium that was renovated in 2003, 2004. And we have pulled the elegance of that space out into the rest of the building. We also have replaced the seats with brand new plush, very comfortable seats, so everyone will be able to sit in a wonderful seat during a performance. We've upgraded the restrooms to increase the facilities as much as possible and also make them with touchless technology. And there's new carpet, there is new, just an overall freshness and elegance to the space that I think everyone will truly enjoy. Our artists will have a refreshed backstage space as well, so they get to appreciate the fruits of our labor also.
Better mention the rigging system.
Oh,
and
no,
the
that's
sandbags.
cost efficiency. So the cost efficiency, the major element, HVAC was a big element for both cost efficiency and the audience experience. And then we replaced our rope and sandbag rigging system, which we have utilized to move scenery for 100 years now. We've replaced it with a modern motorized system, which will allow us to greatly cut down on our load in and load out costs, and also open up time in our calendar because we won't have to utilize as much time to prep the theater for a big show. So that's a big element of the cost efficiency factors that are going to make State Theater an even more an even better place to do a performance and to experience a performance.
Sure. That's a lot of improvements. John, what's your favorite improvement to the theater?
You know what, my favorite thing about the entire project is the fact that we kept the theater as beautiful as it was prior, and not only the theater, but now all areas of the theater all have a common theme. So the historical aspects of the theater are still there. We didn't want to make it just a bland theater, and we accomplished that, or Sarah accomplished that with her and the board of directors, and it worked out very well.
John, maybe you can explain about the board's support about the renovations and improvements to the State Theater.
It was paramount that every board member supported our capital campaign one way or another. Some very significantly, others as much as they could, and we really appreciate that. Not only that, they gave Sarah some leeway as far as designing the theater, and it worked out perfectly with some architects that we brought in. The construction company, Turner Construction, worked out very well. But the board support was there throughout. During the pandemic, it became a little difficult with everyone else, with phone calls and Zoom calls and trying to explain what was happening, but it worked out, so we appreciate it.
Well, Sarah and John, thank you for joining me today and sharing your thoughts and experience throughout this process on the renovations and improvements for our attendees. And I'm sure, just as excited that we are in these improvements, I'm sure that our attendees are going to be just as excited and really happy that we all took the initiative to invest in this. And it's like a puzzle. There's a lot of pieces to this puzzle that work together as a team to make it a huge success, and we're excited.
As are we. We can't wait to share it with everyone.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
The official groundbreaking event for the New Jersey Innovation and Technology Hub was held on Thursday, October 14th. Governor Murphy, Assembly Speaker Coughlin, and County Commissioner Director Rios gathered to celebrate with other members of the Innovation Hub's core partner team, which includes Rutgers, Hackensack Meridian Health, RWJ Barnabas Health, NJEDA, DevCo, and Princeton University. The Innovation Hub will be located at 140 Albany Street, right in the heart of New Brunswick, the seat of Middlesex County, and has already announced its first tenants: Princeton University, Choose NJ, and Middlesex County. Once complete, the Innovation Hub will bring together cutting-edge academic research, leading startups, and corporate pioneers to shape the future of life sciences and technology in New Jersey and around the world. Middlesex County celebrated the grand opening of Thomas Mundy Peterson Park on Saturday, September 25th. The park, which is located along the picturesque Perth Amboy waterfront, is the 19th in the Middlesex County Park System. It is named in honor of Thomas Mundy Peterson, a Perth Amboy resident and the first African American to vote in the United States after the 15th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution granted African American men the right to vote. The grand opening celebration included a ribbon-cutting ceremony, history lectures, football and soccer drills on the park's athletic fields, food vendors, and more. Thomas Mundy Peterson Park is located at High Street between Washington Street and Buckingham Avenue and is open to all to enjoy. Its features include a synthetic turf multi-use field that can host soccer or football, a synthetic turf field that is adjustable for softball and baseball, a waterfront walkway with views of the Arthur Kill, interpretive signs exploring the history of the site and river, and park benches. Replenish, formerly known as McFoods, celebrated Hunger Action Month in September by hosting a series of food drives to collect donations from the community. Replenish collected non-perishable foods at a variety of events throughout the county. The donations will be distributed to Replenish's network of more than 140 partner organizations in Middlesex County, who will then distribute the supplies to county residents in need. If you missed Replenish's September food collection events but still want to help, monetary donations are always accepted in the form of a check payable to Feeding Middlesex County. Check should be mailed to P.O. Box 781, Edison, New Jersey 08818. Or you can donate online via the Replenish website at feedingmiddlesexcounty.org. In late August, County Commissioner Deputy Director Nara gathered with Congressman Frank Pallone and representatives from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency to announce that the EPA will fund the cleanup of the contaminated portion of Old Bridge Waterfront Park. Located along the beachfront in the Lawrence Harbor section of Old Bridge Township, a portion of this county park has been closed to the public for years due to lead contamination from the seawall. Thanks to the support of Congressman Pallone and his team, the EPA designated that portion of the park as part of the Raritan Bay Slag Superfund site and is working to remediate the contaminated areas. The county looks forward to reopening the closed portion of the park once remediation is complete. According to state officials, the design and engineering of the project will take place over the next several months, at which time work to remediate the contamination and rebuild the seawall will begin.
And now I'd like to introduce my next guest, Robin Suydam. Robin has supported the State Theater as both a patron and volunteer for many years, including serving as a board member from 2009 to 2014, and again since 2018. She is also active on several committees. Robin, welcome to Spotlight.
Thank you very much, Ron.
What can you tell me about the State Theater and your history with the State Theater?
Well, I think my first memory goes back to seeing the movie Sound of Music. My dad brought my sister and brother and I here when it first came out. And it was a very big deal for us to see a movie on such a big screen, to be in downtown New Brunswick, and to be with our dad. And Mom wasn't invited. And after the film and the magic of the theater, we went for ice cream at Tompkins Ice Cream Parlor, which was on French Street. Doesn't exist anymore. And for some reason, I remember I ordered rum raisin ice cream. So that ice cream and the State Theater are all wound together in that first memory. And since then, we came shortly after the renovation in the 80s and was wowed and happy to see the theater being used again. And then, of course, to come in 2003 and see the renovations then, the things that were uncovered that nobody knew were here. And now to be able to participate the way I do, it's just been part of my life, my whole life in the New Brunswick area.
Since being a longtime supporter of the State Theater, maybe you could tell us a little bit about how you're excited on the improvements that are going on at the State Theater.
Well, as I said, seeing several improvements has kind of built up a base. And each improvement made the theater cleaner, more usable. But this last round, the sneak peek I've had as a board member, it's absolutely magical. And I've been trying to explain that to people. But you have to see it to believe it.
And what are you hearing from people about the State Theater improvements and the excitement about it?
People really miss going to the theater. Just that alone is a big deal. And they're very excited to know I'm going to the first show. You have to tell us all about it. We didn't realize it was open. I'm going to go online and get tickets. So there is a lot of excitement. And when I say to them, wait till you see it, then they really get excited. So I think the whole community is ready to go out. They're ready to go out to the theater, and they're ready to see what's been going on behind the fence here on Livingston Avenue for all these many months.
Thank you for joining me today, and it's great to hear the excitement from you and what you're hearing from people about the improvements at the State Theater, and we're excited as well, and it's going to be a wow moment when people see it.
It is indeed. Thanks very much for the opportunity.
Thank you for what you're doing as a fan and as a volunteer.
Happy to do it.
That's all the time we have for this episode. My thanks again to Sarah and John and Robin for joining me today. State Theater New Jersey already has some shows on the calendar. Like so many other fans, I'm looking forward to getting back into the theater to take in a show. I encourage everyone to visit State Theater for a performance when you're ready. Thank you for watching this month's episode of Spotlight on Middlesex County. As always, more information about the topics we discussed today can be found on our website at www.middlesexcountynj.gov. On behalf of the Board of County Commissioners, I hope that you and your family are staying safe and healthy. Please continue to follow all safety recommendations regarding COVID-19. We'll see you next month with another episode of Spotlight on Middlesex County.